Information soaked inside the mind. Wisdom, experience, we're focused on your grind. Understanding comprehension through the quotes and all lines. And respect that should be given to your folks at all times. Expect to be amazed with what I'm posting online. From the funky instrumentals to my logos and designs. Message on the garment, plus it comes with hard rhymes. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and respect at all times.
Dropping heat rocks on y'all bitch ass. You know what I'm saying?
Look at the word grammar. Where does it come from? Grimoire. That's a book of magic spells. The structure of language, grammar, was originally understood as a magical system. Then there's cursive writing. We call it cursive because it creates curses. And spelling, you're casting spells. This isn't hidden. It's right there in plain sight. They just trained you to laugh it off as coincidence. But here's where it gets disturbing. In 1946, something vanished from American schools. Not prayer, not paddling. Etymology, the study of where words come from and what they actually mean. And the moment they removed it, you lost the ability to see the trap. Because when you understand what words really mean at their root, you start noticing that almost every word you use was designed to program you into accepting limitations you never agreed to. Let me prove it to you right now. There's a reason they stopped teaching etymology in 1946. Before that, every kid learned to decode words, to understand the hidden programs inside language. Then it stopped. Everywhere. All at once. They replaced it with memorization and standardized tests. Why? Because if you knew that understand literally means to stand under, to submit, you might stop saying I understand in every agreement. If you knew government breaks genes to govern, meaning control, and ment, meaning mind, you might start questioning authority differently. They gave you a corrupted vocabulary and told you words don't matter. But words are spells, and they've been casting them over you your entire life. Listen, I know how that sounds. I know you're probably thinking, okay, this is going to be some weird metaphor thing. But stay with me, because what I'm about to show you isn't a metaphor at all. It's physics. It's biology. And they've systematically hidden it from you because once you understand that your words aren't describing reality, they're creating it, you become ungovernable. Here's the truth nobody's telling you. You've been doing the work, right? Like positive thinking. This means you're not lazy, and you're definitely not missing some secret ingredient. But here's what's happening. You've been using contaminated language that programs failure directly into your nervous system, and they did that on purpose. Think about it. You say, I'm trying to lose weight. What does your subconscious hear? Trying, attempting, but not succeeding. It means effort without result. You say, I want to be successful. Your body hears want, lack, desire, the state of not having. You say, I need more money. Your cells receive need, scarcity, desperation, emergency mode. Every single one of those statements is a spell, and you just cast limitation into your reality without even knowing it. Now here's what they don't want you to know. The elite study etymology like their lives depend on it. They teach their children Latin, Greek, Sanskrit, Hebrew, these ancient languages that are basically frequency codes. While they're learning to program reality, they give your kids text speak and emojis. They dumb down the vocabulary. They remove etymology from schools, and they tell you the biggest lie ever told. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's not protection. That's programming you to dismiss the most powerful force in your reality. Words aren't neutral. I need you to understand this. They're not just communication tools, they're technology, frequency technology. Every word you speak creates an electromagnetic signature. Problem is, nobody told you that thoughts don't create reality. Words do. Because thoughts are made of words, right? You can't think without language. And if your language is corrupted, your thoughts are corrupted, which means your reality is corrupted. It's that simple. And get this, spelling and casting spells aren't coincidence. But once you decode even 5 words, you can't unsee it. Mortgage. Mort means death, like mortal mortuary. Gage means pledge, like engage. A binding agreement. Mortgage equals death pledge. You're signing a death pledge, and they call it that right to your face. Pharmacy comes from pharmakia, sorcery, witchcraft. Government equals govern, control, plus meant mind, mind control. They're telling you exactly what they're doing, and you're agreeing because nobody taught you to read the code. So here's what changes once you understand this. Once you get that language is literal reality programming technology, you gain complete linguistic sovereignty. You stop speaking unconsciously. You stop signing invisible contracts. You stop casting limitation spells over your own life. You reclaim the creative power they've deliberately hidden from you. This isn't about positive thinking. Positive thinking is surface level. It's like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. This is about understanding that you are a frequency generator broadcasting electromagnetic signatures every second. And language is how you tune that frequency. Some people manifest easily, and listen, it's not because they're more spiritual or more blessed. They just understand that every sentence is a contract with the universe, and the universe always says yes. Why decode language when you can just memorize what they tell you it means, right? Just trust us. This word means this. Don't ask where it came from. Don't ask what the roots are. Just memorize it and move on. This was coordinated. After World War II, after they saw what propaganda could do, how language could move entire nations, how words could convince people to do unspeakable things, they systematically removed linguistic literacy from education. Edward Bernays. You gotta know this name. Nephew of Sigmund Freud. Literally wrote the book on propaganda, public relations, he called it. He understood that controlling language controls populations. And his whole philosophy was this: a population that decodes language is dangerous. A population that understands etymology asks too many questions. They see through the manipulation. They recognize the spells being cast.
Okay, blood is thicker than water. What do you think that means?
Well, it's always been suggesting that family comes first.
Okay, do you want to know the actual saying, which is true? The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Oh.
It's the complete opposite meaning of how everyone uses it in the Western world, yeah. The blood of the covenant, obviously that's God and you, right?
Yeah.
The covenant, Spirit, Holy Spirit, right? Is thicker than the water of the womb. The water of the womb. That's just already, just like those 2 words in itself, that was always the same. Going back hundreds of years, centuries. Everyone says blood is thicker than water. You don't understand what you're saying because you're reversing the Hebrew and you're changing the meaning to the complete opposite. This is not a theory anymore. This is literally how I wake up every morning. Okay. Curiosity killed the cat. Have you heard that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, ready? Do you want to know the original one, the Hebrew one? Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. You can't die in this realm. You always come back. Not 9 lives. That's another addition that because they don't want you to realize how powerful you are, how protected you are from day one. You know?
What else you got? This is great.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
have you heard this one? Jack of all trades, master of none?
Yeah.
My dad used to say that, yeah? Ready? Jack of all trades, master of none, though often better than a master of one. That's the real saying.
Wow.
The opposite, bro. It's completely the other side.
It is the opposite. Yeah, it's basically...
We've been living in this world where we are literally teaching our children a lie every time.
To speak English, the language of gibberish. You ever wonder why the whole world had to learn English? I mean, really think about it. For a planet full of thousands of languages, why this one? Why was English chosen as the global tongue? It wasn't by accident, and it wasn't because it was the most efficient, or the most expressive, or even the most ancient. No, it was chosen because it's an inverted language. And not just a little bit. I'm talking about a language that was designed from its very inception to disconnect you from nature, from truth, and from resonance. See, most people don't realize that language is a frequency. Language is spellcraft. Every word you speak is like casting a vibration into the field. So what happens when the very structure of your language is built on a mirror? Where things don't mean what they should, and sounds don't flow like they do in nature. And literally everything, or 70% of the words that you speak that you think mean one thing, literally mean the opposite. Not around. Serious. See, most people don't realize that language is frequency. You get a planet of people trying to resonate with a universe that literally can't understand them. Let me explain. Languages like ancient Druidic, Aramaic, Sanskrit, they were living languages. Their letters flowed like water. The sounds they made echoed the movements of natures, the wind, the waves, the rustling of trees. The Druids, for example, would name their trees by the sound their leaves made when the wind touched them. That's how in tune they were. That's the resonant language. That's what it means to be in harmony with creation. Now compare that to English. Rigid, boxy, clipped, monosyllabic. It's a Frankenstein of older tongues, Latin, Germanic, French, Hebrew, all jumbled and twisted. But more than that, it's intentionally reversed. Now take the word queen. People think it means royalty. Women all over the world calling themselves queens like it's empowering. But in Old English, queen literally meant whore. Look it up. It comes from the word seween, a woman of low morals. Now take the word. Most of us think it's the dirtiest word you can say to a woman. But if you trace it back to its ancient African and patriarchal roots, was a sacred word, a title of reverence. It was used to refer to the divine feminine, the sacred portal, the place of life and wisdom. So the bad word actually meant divine woman.
This is crazy, The
word meant prostitute. This isn't coincidence. This is intentional inversion. Now, what if I told you maybe 50, 60, or even 70% of the English words are like this, where the common modern meaning is the exact opposite of the original, where the vibration is stripped, reversed, mocked, and deadened. Words like evil used to be live, spelled backwards. God is dog in reverse. Grammar is from grimoire, meaning spell book. Spelling is literally spell casting, and you think that it's just a clever wordplay? No, this is literally design. So who designed it? Huh? You ever thought about that? Let's go back, really far back, to the Phoenicians. Seafaring merchants, master traders, the ones who controlled the Mediterranean and lied to the world, telling them the earth was flat so no one else would explore their routes. They were the original tricksters, and their fingerprints are all over modern power structures. But here's what
I thought there was more meat to be eaten in this video, to be honest with you, but
some say it was a flood, others say a solar strike or a pole shift. Whatever it was, the world was shattered, civilizations were lost, memory was fragmented, and then, what do you know, the Savior showed up. We see this pattern over and over. After a world-ending event, mysterious godlike beings appear to help, Enlil, Inki, Quetzalcoatl, Viracocha. They bring order, law, language, civilization. But what they really bring is control, structure, and systems. And the Phoenicians, they followed the exact same pattern. I wouldn't be surprised if they were a continuation, maybe a descendant, an avatar of those older Metatronic beings. They didn't create the Metatronic overlay, they inherited it. Took it up on a mantle, perfected it, and rolled it out across a post-cataclysmic world that had forgotten itself. There is evidence that Phoenicians came from ancient Ireland, the Tuatha de Danann, perhaps, the Shining Ones. That's a whole nother rabbit hole, but it tracks, because what we're really talking about is recurring archetype, one that surfaces after every fall, every collapse, every reset, the architects of inversion. And they didn't just stop with trade routes, they became royalty. From the Phoenicians came the Merovingians, the Carolingians, and from them Charlemagne, whose bloodline spread like wildfire through all of Europe. Then came Johann William Frizzo, a lesser known figure but critical, because every single European monarch alive today descends from him. I'm talking about kings and queens of England, Spain, Sweden, Denmark, the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, Monaco, you name it. One bloodline, all related, all from the same source. A Metatronic network of rulers cloaked in royalty, dressed in culture, hiding behind a pageantry and crowns, but all singing the same inverted song. So back to English. Why is this the global language? Because it's the final form of that inversion. It's the Tower of Babel 2.0. It looks unified, but it's confused. It sounds intelligent, but it's hollow. It's spread around the world because when you speak it, especially if it's the only language you know, your spells don't land. Your prayers are distorted. Your affirmations are getting scrambled in the ether. You're literally speaking in reverse intent. Think about that. You're literally speaking in reverse intent. That is literally what the English language is. When your words are reversed, your reality is too. That's why the world feels backwards. That's why nothing makes sense. That's why culture, law, medicine, education, everything is upside down, because the code behind it all is upside down. And until we see that, until we reclaim our language, our resonance, and our connections to nature, we'll keep trying to manifest heaven while speaking hell. So no, it's not just a language, it's a system.
That was pretty good. Okay, he revved it up at the end. It's a gem. You might want to screenshot this and send it to all your friends and family. The constellations aren't what you think they are. They're the original Paleo Hebrew.
$40 million black people in America are the role models for 1.8 billion black people in the world. When we say something's cool, it's cool in Tibet. When we say something's a dud, it's a dud in North Korea. We have mastered culture, community, and cool and creativity, yes or no? So now all we have to do is switch, become bilingual, and master capitalism, commerce, and a new community. Don't go from rocking the mic to owning it. So I want you just to shift your brain. In other words, you are the capital. You already have what you need. When you walk in a room, you are unique. Everybody wants to be you, except they don't want to be black.
The black man in America is the most copied man on this planet, bar none. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. How about that question?